Hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi so I know you're here. And if you're watching the replay, type replay in the comments. I'd love to know that you're here, okay? Anyway, today we're going to talk about how to write quality content for your personal blog. I've had a couple of people ask me from yesterday's video to give you more information about how to get started, and that's not something I can do in a 5 or 10 minute video. But if you go to my personal website, lynnhuber.com, that's lynnhuber.com, and click on how to market online on the very top, you'll see some tabs, and click on how to market online. I have all of the instructions there to help you get started to create your own blog, how to get started, what the steps are, and everything. So it's all there for you. Anyway, so today let's talk about how to create quality content, okay? So, more and more people are starting their blog. Obviously, we talked about all the reasons why yesterday, why it's so, how beneficial a blog can be to your business. And so, today we're going to talk about the quality. So quality is what can help you gain more exposure. Because even with blogs, there's lots of blogs out there, and you want to be able to stand out. And what's going to help you stand out is being authentic. So writing authentic, easy to read posts, that's what's going to provide value. And if you're writing your post to the customer and to your prospect and answering those questions, that's what's really going to make a difference. And so, like I said, you want to provide value to your target audience, right? You want to answer questions. You want to kind of get ahead of your customer and think about what kinds of things they would be searching for on Google or Yahoo or wherever they do their search. And so this kind of marketing is called a customer-centric approach. And so basically you're providing information that your users want to know. You're just being a source for them. You're being helpful. And that kind of brands you as the expert or the trusted authority. And so people will begin to follow you, and with that comes customer loyalty. And so it's the quality of your blog that's going to help take your online presence to the next level. So let's talk about, I have 5 tips to help you write original or quality content, okay, for your website. So first is be original. So, if your content is too much like other pre-existing websites, it won't rank well in the search engines. So you have to be really careful. You just can't find a post and copy it, because it will hurt both you and the person you copy, because Google or whatever sees that they're too much alike. And you want you to come out in it. It needs to be you and your personality anyway. So if your ideas are not new, people, even though there's only so many ideas out there, if it's not a new idea or a new way to look at it or whatever, people are going to be less likely to share and link to them. And so that doesn't mean that you need to reinvent the wheel. I mean, there's only so many ways you can describe a particular product or opportunity, right? And so just find a little bit of a different way to say it, or put a spin on an old topic. Put your own personality into it. Talk about your own experiences with the products and just make it more personal. So that's number 1, be original. Number 2, provide real-world solutions. So many times people find content because that's exactly how they find you, is they're searching for a solution to a problem. And so when you're getting ready to write your blog post, think about, what would somebody be searching for if they were searching for, if they had an answer that this product would solve. And often they're the questions that you're looking to the answers for, right? So for instance, and again, I'm going to talk about Avon because I'm Avon, but this works with no matter what company you're with. So for instance, you might go to Google and you might search, how much money can I make selling Avon? When you hit enter, you're going to be expecting a list of posts that will answer that question, right? If one of your own pages comes up highly ranked to that search, if it comes up in the top, then obviously that person may click on it and they may go to your website and they're going to learn about selling Avon and then maybe join your business. So that's the key, is quality and exposures getting you higher up in the ranking of the Google search, right? So people, they're online because they want answers and they want them now. Today's society. I want it now, right? And so keep that in mind when you're writing your posts, and be sure to back up your solutions with stories. Stories are critical, and supporting information. And those go a long ways towards helping you create top-notch content. The more you can add stories, the more you can draw your reader in to something that's really interesting for them, the more you're going to stand out and the more it's going to be unique and from you, right? So number 3, meet audience expectations. So first thing you need to know is you need to know who you're talking to. Who's your target audience? Who is it exactly? You might have a pretty good idea about who might be interested in your products or services already, but now it's what you need to think about is what kinds of content would they be interested in, and then provide that for them. And so even if you have a general idea about your audience, it helps to do some research. Like think about these questions. Who am I writing this for? Who can relate to my content? Where is my audience located? What age group is the person that I'm reaching out for? And what social media platforms do they use? So, it's not always easy to know. And so sometimes you have all different people, like for instance, with Avon, in general, my audience is more baby boomers. I mean, the people that buy the most Avon is mostly baby boomers, women. But you know what? There's a lot of young people that like it too. The key is when I'm writing my blog post, I need to target one or the other. I don't want to be so broad. So I want to be speaking to that particular person. So I might write a blog post that says why baby boomers are choosing Avon as a side gig, for instance, and I'm going to write it to the baby boomers. And then I might write another blog post about how young moms are using Avon, selling Avon to be able to stay home with their children, and I write it to that person. So don't try to write to a whole audience, a broad audience. You want it to be more specific and writing to them, because otherwise they're not feeling like you're writing to them, and it's just not going to resonate with them, right? So it's okay to target lots of different audiences in your blog, but keep each post specific to one audience. Put it in your mind who you're writing this for when you start writing, and write to that person particularly. Okay, number 4, make it easy to read. So people expect web content to be easy to read, right? Our attention is like the size of a gnat, I've heard. And, studies have shown that people rarely read anything online word for word. Usually they scan it, they just kind of go through it, they don't read it. And so use plain language that's easy to read, speak in a conversational, friendly manner, and use lots of white space. Make sure there's lots of white space, meaning that you have keep really short paragraphs, lots of space in between, like headings, subheadings, and, forget about what you learned in writing school about like a whole complete paragraph or whatever. I mean, a lot of times my paragraphs are 1 or 2 sentences because I want to keep it as short as possible, make it really easy to read. White space makes it work, okay? And number 5, link to other sources of information. So if you're selling a product, make sure that in the blog post that you're writing about that product that you link specifically to that product page on your website. Don't just send them to your website. Link to that product page. Make it really easy for them so they don't have to go looking for it. And if you're recruiting, if you write a blog post about signing up to sell or join my team or whatever, then link directly to your sign up page. Don't make anybody have to go looking. Just make it really easy, and they just click on a link and boom, they're at your page. And so, if they have to go looking for something, most of the time they won't. So, make it really easy. So yeah, it's not always easy to create quality content, but trust me, it's worth it. The biggest thing is put your personality into it. Be unique. Show them who you are. And then provide real-world solutions, because that is going to make your website stand out. It's going to make it show up more easily in the search engines. And it's also going to cultivate your customer loyalty and brand authority for you and your business. So that's what I have for you today. Don't forget, you can go to lynnhuber.com and click on how to market online at the very top of the page, and that will give you specific instructions on how to get started setting up a blog. But anyway, I want to hear from you. What do you do? Those of you that are writing blog content, what tips do you have to write more quality content? And even if you haven't started writing a blog, what ideas do you have, or what thoughts do you have about it? I would love to hear from you. So get down below and tell me, okay? Anyway, thanks for being here today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.